Hello, dear creative. So I'm wondering how your emotions are, how you're managing your emotions during this COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. In any time of crisis, we tend to do a few things. We tend to become very overwhelmed. We tend to normalize the situation because it's what we understand and it makes us feel safe. And also we tend to think that we can't cope and minimize the problem. Did you know that when you become anxious or worried, you lose your ability to make good decisions? But don't worry, because that's temporary and it does come back. And what's really important is how quickly you recover. To support you during this time where it feels like the whole world is in some kind of a crisis, and I don't know what's going on in your world and how it's affecting you and impacting you, but I know for myself, as someone who's self-employed, who manages their own income and who determines when and where they work, it's a bit of a moment. So if for you it's similar, there may be some kind of stress and challenges. So I'd like to offer you just a couple of tips that may support you in managing your emotions during this time. But also you should know that this is going to be on my website, thecreativegenius.co.uk, and you'll be able to access it as 10 tips to support you. Survival psychologist John Leach discovered that only actually 10 to 15% of us are able to cope and manage with our emotions and make decisions in a calm and decided way when going through some kind of an emotional crisis or our environment is in crisis. So here's a couple of tips that I'd like to offer you from the 10 tips that I'm offering you, which are, number one is really give yourself time to freak out. Whatever it is that this coronavirus is impacting you with, freak out. It's cool, but know that you can't freak out forever. At some point, you've got to make a decision as to how you're going to move forwards. And then learn about the facts, learn about what it is that this whole crisis is, so that you start to feel really informed and get a sense of what it is you can control and what it is that you can't. And the second thing here is when we become really scared, when we feel as though we are living in fear, it's because we feel unsafe. One of our human needs is to feel safety. And so the minute you start to feel really unsafe because of the fear and the thoughts and the emotional tirade and spiraling that's happening, I'd like to offer you perhaps something that will help you to feel extremely grounded and an anchor that can bring you back to a place of safety. And that is that when you're in that moment of emotional spiraling, can you think about this very moment? Can you be in this moment? Because often anxiety is about stuff in the future that scares us, that worries us. And so if you bring yourself back to this moment and be very present. And one of the ways to be present is to either make contact with something, so touch the chair that you're on, the floor that you're on, smell something, see, really become vigilant about the space around you to bring you in this moment. And that's going to allow you to really see the truth of what's happening. As life goes by, as nature occurs, it isn't as spiraling and catastrophized as your mind is making you feel. So as you think about each moment and you bring yourself to this present, what if there was some kind of a mantra? And a mantra is just words that you repeat. So what if there was something that you could say to yourself to assist you in remaining grounded and feeling very safe? And something I'd like to offer is, I am in this moment and all is well and I am safe. And you could shorten that to say, in this moment, all is well and I am safe. In this moment, all is well and I am safe. So you can find the rest of my tools and tips on the website, which is thecreativegenius.co.uk, where I can offer you there 10 steps to just stepping into a sense of pure power within and a place of authenticity and truth that comes away from your mind and where it can take you, often not a very nice place, and to a place of really understanding what's going on within the body and the truth around you during this time of pandemic with the COVID-19 coronavirus. Sending you lots of love, everybody, from The Creative Genius.